How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. So, we are just getting the pickup truck all cleaned up because, well, it was getting a little bit too dirty for my liking. And even though it actually looks pretty freaking good with a bit of mud on it, it looks so much better when it's absolutely spotless. Look at that. What a machine. I absolutely love this pickup truck. And one of you actually came up with a really good name for it. Now, unfortunately, I can't remember who it was, but if it was you, and only if it was really you, please leave a comment below this video and I'll find it, I'll give it a like and a heart, and I'll pin it as well. Because I obviously knew when I bought this that this thing has been put together from at least 3 different pickup trucks. And you guys obviously picked up on that really quickly as well. And then the name that was suggested was the Franken truck. And I think it's a brilliant name. I literally cannot think of a better name for this pickup truck. I absolutely love it. So whoever that was, well done. What a good name for it. So yeah, from now on this will be known as the Franken truck. But we also got it all cleaned up because we are just about on our way to the bank. So I gave it a lot of thought last night and we're going to do it. We're going to head over to the bank. We are going to sign these papers and we are going to buy that logging company. Now, it is a big risk, but we have taken a few risks in the past and they've worked out for us so far. And yes, this is a much bigger risk than what we've taken before. But I think if we just get our heads down, work hard, and learn as quickly as we possibly can, I think this can be really good for us moving forward financially. So, yeah. And the other thing is as well, like, James is, or at least seems to be, quite willing to help out as well if we get stuck. So, yeah, that's kind of nice to know that he will be there if we need any advice. But yeah, I think as far as I understand it, we basically go to the bank, we sign the papers, and we immediately get access to, well, everything, the property and all of the equipment. So my plan is to head to the bank, sign the papers. They know that I'm on my way, so it shouldn't take too long. And then on our way back, I actually want to go past the property because I want to do a bit of planning. I don't know if we'll actually get around to actually doing any work today. We'll try. We'll see if we can get anything done, sort of test out the machinery and see how we're going to do this. But I actually want to go and have a look at where we can move the operations to, because where everything is sort of done and kept at the moment is basically just a big slope, which makes no sense to me. I think it's just going to be very difficult to work there. So I want to move it somewhere else. And I think I've got a spot for it, which is basically just across the road. But I want to go out and make sure, see if it's all going to work and see how much we need to clear out to actually make it work. But I'm going to head to the bank, sign these papers, and I'll see you guys on my way back. Alright, well, we are just on our way back from the bank, and the papers have been signed, the deal has been done, and we are now officially the proud owners of a logging company, which honestly is one of the scariest things I've ever heard myself say. Yeah. Why? Yeah, I don't know. Why do I feel like this was a massive mistake already? But no, positive thoughts. This is going to be amazing. Look at all of the fantastic equipment that we just bought. I do like this truck. This looks really cool. Oh, look at that. Does it work? Yeah. Oh, that is nice. Love the sound of that. Very cool. So I've been assured that everything works as it should. So I'm hoping that is true. Nice Veltra. Starts right up. Does the crane work? No. Right. Maybe hoses that are not connected? Possibly? I don't know. We'll have to check it out. Right, this thing. My goodness. Wow, listen to that. Oh, and it moves. sounds horrible. My goodness. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly they used this for. I mean, it's probably really good at pulling. So I'm guessing it was pulling those 3 trailers because it'll probably be very, very good on hills as well, especially when it's really wet. So that's my guess. It was probably pulling those things around while it was sort of cutting in here. Yeah. I don't know. But then what was sort of the Valtra for? Probably loading in the forest onto the trailers? So if that cuts it and sort of leaves it in a pile, then you come in with the Valtra, load it onto these trailers, bring it to, well, this area, I guess. I don't know how they had it set up. And then use the big John Deere thing to load it from these trailers onto the big trailer, which is probably going to be your long distance hauler. And then take it off to be sold, or just load it into a stockpile where you'll sort of leave it until you want to sell it. That is my guess. That's as much as I could have sort of figured out. But let's fire this thing up. Why on earth is it parked up against that trailer? Right. Can we get it off of this trailer? There we go. Ooh. This is interesting. Moves alright. And it's a bit weird because, yeah, I don't know, it feels weird when you drive it. It doesn't lift any higher than that, but I guess it doesn't need to. It just sort of drops to the ground. Oops. Man, that's sensitive as well. My goodness. Yeah, so that's about as high as it goes. Oh, and it's got the boom out. And then, ooh. Oh. Yeah, this is gonna take some getting used to, I'll tell you that much. Right. Well, let's leave that there for now before I break something. We'll figure that out a little bit later on. Now this thing. This is what I'm interested in. I don't know why, but I find this thing really, really cool. Well, everything does fire right up. No issues there. How do I move this thing? Oh! That moves. Oh. Oh. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. This is cool. Oh, this feels like Christmas. Oh, this is so cool. I like this. Fantastic. Right. Suddenly I feel a lot better after playing with that thing. Yeah, that is so cool. Right. Okay, so what I'm thinking is if we... I don't want to get hit by a car. If we maybe just clear out this area, because it seems to be sort of the flattest area in the area. And there's not a lot of flat areas. So if we clear out a few trees here, we don't need a massive space, but... I don't know. I mean, it would probably make more sense to just sort of park everything in a line, I guess. But yeah, I want to sort of have the John Deere thing set up maybe in the middle, and then have parking on the one side and maybe parking on the other side for the trailers where you can just sort of run it in. You don't have to reverse anything. And yeah, we can sort of operate on both sides of the John Deere with trailers and that sort of a thing. So that is my thought. So I'm guessing... probably have to take out at least 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 trees? Maybe even 6, 7 over here. I don't know. We might need to take out, yeah, probably about 5 or 6, maybe even 7 trees just to begin with. Right. Well, we can probably do that today. I don't see why we can't. It's probably... I mean, we don't have anything else planned, so... and we need to kind of figure this out. So, yeah, I'm going to have to look into measurements and things on the trailers. And we'll get the... oh, hang on. Hello? Alright, so that was Tom. And he has got a little job for us. And it really is just a small job. He just isn't getting around to some of his work. So he wants us, at least just for now, to take care of one of the small fields for him. He might call us up to do some of the other ones as well, but we're actually really handy to Tom here. So I said, yep, no problem. We can obviously do with the money as well. So it's just a small little field. He wants us to mow it, bale it, wrap it, and we might need to drop it off for him as well. But he hasn't said where yet, and it's not definitive. He said he'll let me know if we need to take it somewhere. But yeah, we'll wait for a final answer on that. But I think we're probably using the same equipment that we used here the other day on one of his bigger fields, which is just down there. Obviously the Kubota, which is a really, really nice tractor, and I think everything else probably the same as what we used the other day. I don't know how much equipment he actually has, but yeah, this is definitely the same, so that's all good. Right, so we are gonna get the drone out, and we're gonna get this knocked out real quick. Shouldn't take too long at all, but yeah, we're gonna jump into a real quick time lapse. We'll get this knocked out. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, well that is job done, and we are back at the logging company, and I'm in the Komatsu trying to figure out how this thing works. So I've kind of figured out the controls on how everything rotates and works, and I figured out how to turn this thing on and off. And I think I've got the cutting length set to 5 meters. Now I went for 5 meters because these trailers here are just a little bit under 5 meters from end to end, which means they'll have a slight little overhang, but not enough to sort of hit each other in between there. So yeah, I think that is gonna work, but I am in so far over my head with this, but it's really, really cool. Very nervous, but very excited. So we're gonna try this, and I think the first tree we're gonna do is this one right here, which is yeah, obviously the one closest to the road, which is probably a bad idea, but we're going to give it a go anyway. I obviously don't want to drop it in the road. That would be really bad. So I'm going to try and turn around here without hitting any trees or snapping the boom on any trees. So I think, as far as I understand, it's basically cut, lift, and swing. And then it'll fall to the opposite side. But that's all good and well in theory, but is it actually going to work? So I'm going to try and drop this tree right next to that road. There's no cars coming, is there? Just sort of in case. I can't actually see that way, so we're just going to have to hope for the best. Okay, going to try and cut this as close to the ground as possible, so if we have stumps sitting around, which we will for a while until we can come and clean it up, we can drive over them. So, right, cut, lift, swing. Cut, lift, swing. Cut, 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 lift, swing. No, 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 then no, 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 no. Right, yeah. We've got a tree in the road there. That's bad. That's really bad. Okay, let's try and move this out the way. Okay, that should be fine. We'll make a little pile here. So, cut. And, oh, look at that. I think that's 5 meters. That looks about 5 meters to me. Oh, there's a car coming. Sorry, 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 sorry. There we are. Okay, you can carry on about your business. Sorry about that. My bad. Okay. So that's a nice little pile there. So these trees are obviously massive and heavy. And I don't really know what I'm doing. So I'm not going to try and sort of make one big pile. I'm just going to make all little piles that we can come and collect later on. I'm guessing probably with the Veltra. Right, so that went, well, pretty horribly. But we're still alive. So that's probably the most important thing. We didn't destroy our machine. And yeah, we didn't sort of destroy ourselves. Okay, let's try this again. So cut, lift, and swing. Nice and low. Nice and low. Cut, lift, and swing. Ah, that was so much smoother. Look at that. That was almost perfect. That's really good. Right. We'll make a little pile probably here. That should do. This is cool. I like this. It's amazing how quick this thing is. And I balanced that log perfectly. Look at that. This is so much fun. I love this. Okay. So what next? I don't know. Sort of that tree there. I don't know if that needs to come out the way. And that one can probably stay. That one there probably needs to come out as well. Yeah, I think we're going to have to take the two of them out. Because I want to be able to turn around here with the trailer. Maybe what we should do first is maybe take out this one. I need to plan this. And don't worry, we are going to put in a load of new trees, just not in this area. But James said as well that we can get a lot more trees into this area than what's currently here. So that's good news. But yeah, let's try this again. And try not drop it in the road. Because this is more than tall enough to still drop in that road. We're going to try and avoid that. And right, there we are. And cut, lift, and swing. Oh, that's pretty good. That was pretty good. Right. Getting the hang of this. Now watch me drop one right onto the cab after saying that. I have no doubt. I wonder how strong this cab is. I'm hoping very. It's kind of inevitable that at some point we're going to have a tree fall on this cab. Okay, so that is what? 3 trees down, I think? This one needs to come down as well. So we'll do this one while we're here. And then we'll go in and do the last 2 back there. Although, I think those 2 over there, just through the gap where we just were, they might need to come down as well. But I'm going to leave them for now. And see how much space we actually need before we take them down. But I think, hang on, let's have a walk around. I think this one is going to have to go. Yeah, this will have to go. That'll probably have to go because I want to be able to sort of make a big circle and turn around and park the trailers facing that way. And we're obviously not going to be reversing with those trailers. And this one will definitely have to go. I don't know, these 2 might not actually need to go. They might be able to stay for now. That's a huge space. Yeah. Okay, we'll take these last 3 out. And then we'll sort of take it from there. Yeah. I think we'll be okay. Right. But I'm going to get the last 3 here cut down. And sort of figure all of this out a little bit more. And practice a little bit more. And then we'll come back with probably the Veltra. And we'll start lifting these logs into trailers and see how that goes. So, yeah, I'm going to get this done. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so I have got all of the trees cut down that I think we need to cut down, except for these 2. I still don't know about them, so I just left them for now. And I got the Fiat out with the trailers, and I started loading the trailers with this thing. And it's stupid. I don't like it at all. It's awkward and frustrating and floppy, and I don't know. It just doesn't work. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to put that up for sale at the dealership. Not the Veltra, just the crane. The crane bit is stupid. So I phoned Jason. I asked him whether we can get a front loader, a normal front loader on the Veltra, and he said, yes, we can, but they don't have the parts, and they're going to have to order everything in to do that for us, and it's going to take a few weeks. Hence, the Massey. So I went back to the farmyard, and I got the Massey with the log fork, and it is tiny, obviously, so it's only lifting one log at a time, but it's still better than, well, that, because you've actually got some control over it. I mean, probably if you know what you're doing, you'll be okay with this, because obviously the other guys were using this, but I don't know what I'm doing, so I can't figure that thing out. It's just stupid and annoying and frustrating. So, we're going to have to wait for parts to come in, and as soon as it does, we'll get that fitted and just run a normal front load on that, and we'll get that crane removed and sold at the dealership. But yeah, I think the log length is pretty good on that, but then I also kind of thought that there's no real point in us loading all of the logs over to the big trailer and taking it down to James, because, well, he's just down the road. So we might as well just hook the Veltra up to these trailers and drive down there. So my guess is that's probably what they did when they were selling to James, and the truck and trailer was probably just used when they were selling to mills further away where you can't drive a tractor there. And that's probably where the John Deere crane comes in handy. So for the moment, we're probably not even going to use that unless we want to cut longer logs. But then we're going to have a bit more lifting capacity. I don't know what that'll be capable of lifting, but if you cut longer logs, you can use the bigger trailer, because you do get paid more for longer logs. So maybe we can do that and use the truck for that purpose. But I don't know. For now, I think we'll just sort of use 5 meters on this and run it down with the Veltra over to James. And I did phone James as well to ask if we can bring a load in today, and he said absolutely no problem. We don't have to phone in advance, just bring it in, as long obviously that it's in operating hours, and they taking logs all the time. So that's really good. So what we are going to do is we have a load of logs to get onto the trailers here. We've got bits and pieces sitting all over the place, so we're going to get all of them loaded up real quick, well, as quick as we possibly can. And yeah, we're going to take this over to Mr. James Miller and hopefully get our first payday. Oh, and talking about payday, I did also get a notification that the 30,000 towards the old loans has been taken out of our bank accounts. So yeah, that's sort of a big knock for us financially. But anyway, it is what it is. We knew that was going to happen. And yeah, so that's paid. We don't have to worry about that anymore, but we're going to have to make a little bit of money really quickly. Anyway, we are going to get all of these logs loaded up, and we're going to jump into a real quick time lapse to do that. So yeah, for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so that is all of the logs loaded up, and yeah, it's so much easier with the front loader, at least for me. Maybe for someone else it'll be a different case, but for me, so much better. So I've got the Massey up there. I'm gonna leave it here for now, because it's really slow to drive back to the farm, and I don't know if we're gonna take down more trees. Those two might come down, but we'll have to see how it goes, and I don't want to take it back to the farm and then have to bring it all the way back here again. So we're just going to leave it here for now. But note to self is get rid of stumps before you start loading the trailers, because it is really, really dodgy when you've got a big log in the forks and you hit one of these stumps, and you're probably going to break something eventually as well. But yeah, it's just not a fun experience when that happens. So yeah, I'll remember that for the future. But I have got the crane off of the Veltra. So that's up there. We'll have to come and collect that at some point with the trailer, and we'll just get this hooked up We're going to take this up to James. I've still got this in work mode, so we have to get this swung back around. Beautiful. Okay. So, can we get out this way? Probably. Yeah, there's another stump there. That's going to be fun to drive over. Whoop. Yep. All good. Okay. So, we're going to take this out to James, and we'll see what we get for this. Hopefully, we do pretty well on this, because we can really do with a bit of money. It's not a huge amount of logs, but it'll give us a good idea of where we stand in terms of money with this whole business. But yeah, I'm gonna head over there, and I guess I'll see you guys when we get there. Alright, so we are just about coming up to the mill, and I'll tell you what, this tractor feels like it's got all of about 5 horsepower. It's got no power at all. I don't know what it's supposed to have, but it can't be much. It really struggles with the uphills especially, which is concerning because the trailers are about half load, except for the last one. The last one's pretty full. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. So I was also thinking that we can take that front frame off, because we're not going to be using the crane anymore. So we can get rid of that. But then it sort of dawned on me that we're going to maybe have to take everything off. All of the protective gear off of this tractor, because those bars are not going to work with the front loader. So that is a bit of a problem. Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see what they say. Maybe they can work around it or something. I don't know. It'll suck if we have to take everything off, but yeah, what can you do? Anyway, we are gonna get these logs unloaded real quick. And oh, they've got some saplings over there. We need to find out where we can get some saplings from. Talking about saplings, I wonder how the trees are doing that we planted for them a while back. We should actually stop and have a look. Anyway, we are gonna get these logs unloaded, and we'll see how we do. And yeah, fingers crossed we do pretty well, but we'll have to see. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so we got all of the logs unloaded and sold, and I also got all of the equipment put away, and we're just on our way back to the dealership. But we ended up getting about $9,000 for that load, and that was 6 trees in total that we took in there, which means we're getting about $1,500 on the current price per tree, which is pretty good, because I tried to do a very rough count real quick, and I reckon we've got somewhere in the region of about 200 trees on the new property, which theoretically means that there's about $300,000 in trees on that property. Now, conservatively, let's say 250,000, and that is of course before expenses. But yeah, I mean, it's still not bad, I don't think. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. But I think we are gonna close up early today. I'm just gonna go in and chill. I'm exhausted. That was a lot of work. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. But it's a steep learning curve, and it was, even though it was fun, it was a bit stressful. And yeah, I just need to go chill. So we're gonna take it easy for the rest of the night, and we are gonna leave it there for this video for today. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time.